Welcome to a new video and a new trap. And the game started with e4, e6, the French defense, d4, d5, e5, and this is the advanced variation. c5, c3, knight c6, knight f3, knight h6. And this is strangely not a common move. And now white choose to play d takes c5, an excellent choice in this position. And now black continues with the knight to g4, and actually knight to g4 now is a tactical blunder because it allows white to keep his extra pawn. And let's see how. Queen to a4, attacking the knight on g4, h5 protecting, h3, knight to h6. So now 8 moves has been played, and the knight moved 1, 2, 3 times. So it's not a good strategy or good way to play many times with one piece, especially in the opening. So bishop to e3, of course. Now white defend his extra pawn. Knight to f5, another move. Now almost half the moves in the opening played with one piece, the knight. So what to do? And to mention that this game is a high-level game between two grandmasters, 2540 and 2680. So the black player is 2680, very famous grandmaster. Bishop to d4. So of course now, in case the knight wants to take the bishop on d4, okay, we defend with the pawn, and we have a very strong center with the pawns. Bishop to d7, bishop to b5, g5, and a new strategy now by black. He wants to advance his kingside pawn and try to exert some pressure against the white king. Knight b to d2, rook h6, and now with rook h6, maybe now rook to g6 and pushing g5, and pushing g4, and maybe exert some pressure and start maybe some action and attack. Castles. Now the king goes to safety, white king. g4, knight to e1, a6, bishop takes c6, bishop takes c6, queen to c2, queen to c7, knight to d3, bishop to b5, knight to f4, and all these moves now kind of maneuver, but white still keeping his extra pawn. In case bishop takes c5 in this position, knight takes d5, attacking the queen. So he takes d5, and the bishop takes c5, queen takes c5, and queen takes f5, and this is actually clear advantage for white. So it didn't happen, and black in the game choose to castle. So g3, protecting the knight on f4, and king to b8, king to b8, knight to b3, bishop to e7, hg4, hg4, rook h6, knight h6, king to b1. Always it's good to play the king to safety and king to b1. Knight to f5, maybe trying still to put his knight on a good post. So rook to h1, now controlling the h5, bishop to g5, knight to g2. So white preserves his knight for later. Queen to c8, So rook to h5, attacking the bishop. Rook to g8, protecting. Queen to d1. Bishop to e7, so the pawn will be defended by the rook. Knight to e3, so now attacking second time. The pawn on g4. Knight takes knight. Bishop takes knight. And bishop to e8. And all these maneuvers and all these moves and exchanges, and white keeps his extra pawn. And this is why in the game knight to g4 it was a tactical blunder, because it allows white to keep his material advantage with one pawn and keep his initiative actually. So king to a1, also safety, preventing any checks or any attacks on this diagonal. So king to a8, king to a1, and king to a8. So the both kings are a little bit safe. Queen to d4, bishop to d8, rook h7, and now black must pay attention for this rook on the 7th rank. So queen to c6, knight to c1, trying to maneuver the knight. a5, knight to d3, bishop to e7, attacking the bishop on c5, and this is the whole game maneuver over this pawn. So b3, king to b8, maybe don't find a move to play. King to b2, queen to a6, trying maybe to enter the white camp along this diagonal. So a4, king c8, king c2, bishop to d8, king to d2, and now black commit a lethal blunder or lethal bad move. f6, opening this rank for the rook. So thank you. E takes f6, bishop to g6, now exerting pressure along this diagonal, but unfortunately for unfortunately for black, rook to g7, and this is actually clear advantage for white, so black resigned how to defend his rook and how to defend his bishop and how to prevent the pawn from queening. So in case rook takes, pawn takes, and in case the bishop goes back, so the rook is lost, and if the rook try to go around, so the bishop is lost. So very high level game, and white played interestingly, keeping and controlling the center and keeping his material advantage from opening to the end. So knight g4 in this position is tactical blunder because it allows white to keep the c5 pawn. So this is our video for today. Thank you for watching, and see you next video and next trap. Bye.